Thank you. Thank you very much.
We're Google Authorship.
We're a big comeback tour.
Yeah, Google Authorship is back, baby.
Not so fast, boys.
Dude, who are you?
I am the great tour manager of the sky, and I'm telling you that your comeback may not be a sure thing.
Before we dig into today's topic, Mark, can you briefly explain what Google Authorship was?
Sure, Eric. Google Authorship was a 3-year experiment by Google that encouraged online authors and publishers to link their content to their Google Plus profiles so Google could identify the content associated with them. Now, in return, Google said those authors might qualify to have an authorship-rich snippet, the author's profile image and byline appearing with search results for their content. In addition, Google said that at some point they might use authority based on authorship as a ranking factor in search, although we're not sure they ever turned that on.
So you speak about authorship in the past tense. So what happened to it?
Well, Google started ramping back on authorship in search about December of 2013, saying that showing fewer authorship results improved the quality of those results. And then in August 2014, I got a surprise phone call from Google's John Mueller, who gave me 24-hour advance notice that Google was discontinuing authorship completely. And as you know, Eric, that enabled you and me to write an extensive article for Search Engine Land that went live 2 minutes after Google officially announced the end of authorship.
And in that article, you can get the reasons that Google gave for their ending of the authorship program, along with our own educated speculation on additional reasons. Now, Mark, why over a year later are we hearing some rumbling about authorship again?
Well, at SMX East in October, Google spokesperson Gary Enge shocked Danny Sullivan in the audience when he recommended that site owners keep the rel=author tag associated with authorship on their site content, because it's possible Google could use it again. In the Twitter exchange you're seeing now, I got Gary Enge to clarify that it would likely take an increase in current usage of rel=author for Google to pay attention to it again.
So Mark, you studied authorship more deeply than anyone else outside of Google. What do you think are the implications of Gary's statements? Should we expect to see authorship return?
Well, my guess is no, at least not in the same form we saw before. Now, let me provide my analysis. First, it is important to note that Gary Enge made no promise that authorship would return. To my ears, he was merely stating that webmasters should not remove a tag that causes no harm, and that it's always possible that Google could make some use of it again, but only possible, no promise. Second, the reason why authorship 1, as I call it, failed still exists. It clutters up results where Google's mobile-first initiative wants clean and simple. It calls more attention to results that Google can't guarantee are higher quality than others on the page. And according to a study you ran, Eric, authorship was often implemented incorrectly by those who did use it.
So is there any hope that Google will ever factor author authority into its search results?
Actually, I think there is. But I don't think authorship 2 will look or work anything like authorship 1. Google is actively working on things that could overcome at least some of the problems associated with authorship 1. Specifically, I'm referring to their Knowledge Graph project, which seeks to identify entities and real-world people, places, things, and concepts and understand how they relate to each other. Well, that means that eventually Google may be able to automate identifying real authors with their actual content across the web. For example, try searching "Who is Mark Traphagen" on Google.
All right. Who is Mark Traphagen?
According to Search Engine Land, Mark Traphagen is Senior Director of Online Marketing for Stone Temple Consulting.
Sounds awesome.
So Google responds with my Search Engine Lab author bio. That means that Google has a high degree of confidence that I'm the Mark Traphagen you're searching for, and that the Mark Traphagen who writes for Search Engine Land is me. Now, those kind of results are still spotty and sometimes inaccurate, but they show where Google is heading. So given those realities, here's where I think Google might go with author authority in the future. First, I believe it still matters to them. For at least a select group of respected writers and experts within a topic, it makes sense that Google would want to connect people with their content. Now, Google spokespeople like Matt Cutts and others have said repeatedly that this would be a good thing for search. But notice that I talked about a select group of authors for a topic. I doubt that we will ever again see the land rush that Google allowed with Authorship 1, where virtually anyone and everyone could qualify to get a rich snippet result. I believe that one of the lessons Google learned is that it is valuable to boost the very best authors on a topic. That's all anyone cares about. Finally, I wouldn't be surprised if any future author authority boost would be highly personalized. That is, Google might keep track of subject matter experts that seem to matter to me, those whose content I come back to again and again when I search, or maybe even I share their stuff a lot, and boost their content for me when it's relevant to one of my searches.
Thanks, Mark. It will certainly be interesting to watch how author authority works out in the future. And it sounds like the advice I give all the time, be an expert or go home, is the best way to make sure that whatever Google does in this area benefits your content.
I couldn't agree more, Eric.
So that's it for this episode of Here's Why. And join us every Monday when Mark and I bring you the why behind the what of topics in digital marketing.